Alright, 5th grade strings students and families. I'm here with Riley. Riley's going to be my demonstrator on a lot of our videos, and we're going to get you all set up for sizing. So, what you need to have, hold on to my broom for a second. The best things that you will need to do the sizing are a yardstick or a tape measure. Other things that work are a ruler and a broom. So I'm going to show you our hope to get you sized. Alright? So I'm going to have Riley go into an instrument that's a little bit too big for him. So shake my left hand, Riley, and go as far as you can, taking your arm like this. Notice that his arm is parallel to the ceiling, but this is the line on his wrist is not to the end of the instrument, and it's too big for him. If I had this instrument and I went out, you can see that this line on my wrist is way out. I need to be in the next size instrument. Now I'm going to show you Riley's current and correct size instrument. And he's going to take his arm, and that line of his wrist, it's hard to see, but it's going to be right at the edge of the scroll. And if he puts his instrument into playing position, you're going to see, I'm going to have you turn this a little bit, that this is about at 90 degrees. That's what we're going for. Alright, so now I'm going to size Riley just like I would with you. Alright, so here is my yardstick. I'm going to get it going the right way. And I'm going to go just like I did, and Riley's going to extend and go out. Can you have your hand to the side? And I'm just going to put a little dot right where his wrist lines up. And for Riley, that is about at 20. A lot of you are going to be right around that 20 on the 24 inches. Okay? Now, if that doesn't work, you can obviously do, if you don't have a yardstick, you can do the same thing with the tape measure. You could also grab the broom, and you could use that as your straight. You'd mark there, and I have this, and now I just measure from the end. And I could use my ruler, my tape measure, whatever I choose. Okay? Now, we're going to do 2 more measurements. Alright? That was for the violins and the violas. Here's the next one. So I'm going to take my tape measure, and I'm going to measure like I was giving a high five. So I'm walking down the street, raise my arm, and the distance between the edge of my first finger and my pinky. So for me, this is 4 inches. Now I'm not extending my hands like this, and I'm going to do Riley's measurement. Alright? So Riley, like you're going to give me a high five. Boom, alright? I'm going to freeze them there. Don't spread those out. Let's do a high five again. Boom, alright? So they're not in like this, and they're not way spread out. They're just gentle, like you're rocking. And so Riley is about 3 1/4 inches. Alright? So if you're less than 3, that's fine. If you're over 4, that's fine. But most of you are going to be between right in 3 and 4 inches. Okay? The last thing we need to know is for the cellos and basses, and we need to know how tall they are. Alright? So, some of you know your height already. I don't know how tall Riley is because he keeps growing. So we're just going to measure how tall Riley is. And I'm going to set this up. And I have my tape measure. And Riley is about 54 inches. Alright? And I would write that down as 4 feet plus my inches. So he's going to be 4 feet 6 inches. Alright? Now if he grows a ton in the next little bit, that's okay. And I could also use my broom or a mark on a wall to do the same measurements. Alright? So what we need you to do is, if you're violin and viola, you got to measure that length of the arm from the right side of the neck to the line on the wrist that separates. We need to know the finger spread, and that's for every instrument. And for cellos and basses, we want to know how tall you are, because it's going to make that's how we do the instruments for you guys. Alright, I'm excited to have you do the sizing video, and you can fill out the Google form to let me know what instrument is going to work best for you. Alright, see you soon. Bye-bye.